I know. It's like 3 something in the afternoon. But today is my all day pajama day, all day like chill day. So don't fucking judge me. And if you do, I don't really care. But no, I wanted to create this video to share a little bit more about myself because nobody really knows me. And what I mean by that is just some specialties about me. Some of the things that I've done in my life and what I'm currently doing, or just what I'm currently into, you know, some of my gifts, some of my talents, some of the jobs I've had, careers I've had, whatever you want to call it, okay? So first and foremost, I'd be laughing at myself. No, first and foremost, I'm an artist. So what that means to me is I'm a creator. I don't just create music, which is my specialty, I feel. So I'm a singer, songwriter. I've been writing since I was 12, but performing, singing since I was 7. And I started in my home church. Brainerd, Minnesota is where I'm originally from. But I currently live in San Diego, California. Yes. So with my music, it also is connected to my spiritual side. So I'm very spiritual, and I don't mean religious. Spiritual to me is just being one with self, having certain practices that I do. That's why I do spiritual baths. That's why I have an altar. That's why I like to tap into crystals and work with them, meditation, certain things like that. I also love education. And what I mean by education is just learning new things. So I'm really into travel. I want to travel to different countries. I want to explore different cultures. So I'm part African Caribbean, European, Asian, and a mixture of a lot of other things. So I'm pretty much what they call a mutt, but I look at it as a really good thing. I'm also a really big foodie. Like, I love all foods, like sushi, Mexican, Indian, Mediterranean, like, yo. And I also love that simple, you know, lunchable shit. I also consider myself a healer. So I've worked as a caregiver. I've worked, what else? Caregiver. I've been a babysitter when I was younger, like super younger. And I love animals. Like, I love caring for animals. Like, I've even thought about like buying like acres of land and like having my own farm type shit. Like, it's gonna happen. I mean, that's why I want to get an RV and travel, because like I'll have my own land, my own little farm with animals, but then I can also have my RV planted on that land and travel whenever the fuck I really want to, kind of thing. Oh yeah, and not just a caregiver. So I worked with elderly, people with intellectual disabilities. Hence, my brother is autistic, but I also just worked with many different types of individuals. I've also worked as a peer support counselor, so I focused a lot on like mental health, trauma informed, and all these other different like specialties. So like working with people with different diagnoses and stuff like that. One, I have lived experience with struggles with my mental health, struggles with trauma, stuff like that. So yeah. Not a lot of people know this either, but I was actually a type 2 firefighter, a volunteer type 2 firefighter, and it was only for a little bit of time, but that was probably the dopest job I ever had. And it wasn't really a job, it was just an experience. I also went to school for criminal justice, so that was awesome. And then I also trained with the military. So my father figure that actually passed away, he was a Marine. And a lot of my family have a lot of military history, but me, I decided to go do security and military training, which was through Job Corps, and that was the shit. Like that, I love that. So I was able to experience that whole thing. And I actually had planned to go into the military, but I decided not to. I decided to go and become a type 2 firefighter instead. So I don't want to make this video too long, but pretty much I've done multiple things in my life, and I'm 32 now, and currently I'm working on actually going back to school to become a holistic health practitioner. So diving more deeply into the healing holistically. So I've had a lot of medical issues throughout my entire life, and I still struggle with certain medical issues. So I currently am working on healing myself, healing my body, and that's why I want to go back to school to understand the body more through massage therapy, Reiki, and just healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, because I look at it as a lifestyle, not a diet, not a miserable thing. It's more of just becoming the best version of yourself, right? And so that's what I've been working on. Hence the fact that, losing weight. So a lot of it was just walking, swimming, and watching what I ate. Certain things like that is what I'm currently doing. I'm also continually working on my music in the background and just really trying to understand myself better through meditation, astrology. I love astrology, so I've been diving deeper into that because at the end of the day, I believe everything happens for a reason and everything is connected. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little bit more about myself, because all I want to do is help others heal themselves, become the best versions of themselves, and just live a life of happiness, joy, peace, and love. I get that there's a lot of turmoil in the world today, yet at the end of the day, there's always something to be grateful for. Love y'all.